Grayson.
Welcome to another episode of SKST Radio, and you tuned in to the Cammie Grayson Show. This is the holiday season, right? So we have entitled our holiday season, Thanks for Giving. Thanks for giving. Instead of Thanksgiving, thanks for giving. Because you know what? What about those sheroes like you who give good advice to people who need it, right? So thanks for giving. Guys, I have Chavaughn here with me, and I want her to say hello to everyone and tell people who you are and what you do.
Okay. Hello. Hi, I'm Chavaughn, or simply Chavaughn. You find me on some of my socials. But I guess you could call me a serial entrepreneur of all the things. I do a lot, but I enjoy my traveling. I enjoy all those things, but I also am a loan officer, so a licensed loan officer, so residential and commercial.
Nice.
So yeah,
I love it. So what do you give loans to people who qualify? Or you just give loans to people?
You have to be giving them out. No, you get it. No. Yes, you do have to qualify, but I like to say that I specialize in the. They call them non-QM. I don't want to weigh it down with like the jargon, but basically the special financing or financing that's not your typical type of loan. So things that are non-QM, so non-qualified, and those are your bank statement loans. Like you could come in with just your bank statements. I like to help people who are self-employed, because that's a lot more different than someone who's just been working on their job. You know, someone who's self-employed, their taxes look different. They got to file it a little different. They have different things. So it just looks a little different. I like to help investors. Those are, the people that I look towards helping.
Okay, so this shero, what she's not saying is she like she said, she's a serialpreneur, but she gives back. She help women to invest in themselves, opposed to just buying a house and you're done. No, this lady, she wants you to do way more. So tell us a little bit about that.
So I would love for women to see the value in beyond just getting a home. So typically you can go, you get a home, but the truth is that they don't necessarily tell you is you're investing or you're buying a 30-year, when you go buy a home, you're just buying a 30-year mortgage. So you're buying a 30-year bill. You're buying something, and a lot of times some loan officers, they may not tell you all the details. They may not tell you the full price amount. They may not tell you all of those things, the bottom line, so to speak. And so I really want to promote women being able to say, okay, let's go get this multifamily home, this multi-unit, which I can get you with a DSCR loan, which is a loan that allows you to do it with no income. You don't have to show your income because it's going off of the income that you're expected to generate from the home or from the building, the unit, things like that. And so if you went and got a duplex, a fourplex, something like that, you can go out there, get it. You live in one of them. They're paying that mortgage for you. They're paying that bill for you. And then wash, rinse, repeat. Do it again and again and again.
I love it. I love it. So how long are you committed if you did that? How long do I have? Sometimes you have to stay somewhere a year at least in order to, qualify. How long do you have to stay in
a DSCR loan is it's an investment, so you don't have to. So it's really more of, if you want to, you can, but you don't have to stay in it. If you still have another home somewhere else, or you're renting currently somewhere and you just want to start and get your feet wet and get your foot in the door, yeah, you don't have to live in it because it's already an investment vehicle.
Oh, wow. I love it. Because I live on oceanfront, and I see people getting these houses all the time, and then later on there's a little sign in the yard saying, this is a rental property, please report da 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 da. And so that's a smart way to invest.
Yes
Absolutely. So how did you get into this?
Oh, that was an interesting story. I actually had heard you remember the app Clubhouse?
Okay.
So I was on the app Clubhouse, and I saw this gentleman, and he was backed by Grant Cardone, or Grant Cardone had went into his room. And I was like, okay, so Grant Cardone, I know if you're in the real estate space, you should be kind of familiar with Grant Cardone, right? So I was listening to him, and he was talking about all these commercial loans, and people were saying they had gotten their mortgage license. They never learned all the things that he was teaching in his class and all of these things, but he was charging like 10 grand. And I said, right. I was like, that's a lot. So I had said to myself, that's a lot to invest. But I said, either he's scamming people or he's bold enough because it's actually really worth it to charge someone that much for that type of a course. So it piqued my interest. Then I went to an event and this random man, it was like a real estate event. So people were talking about wholesaling, Airbnb arbitrage, these different types of just real estate investments. You had different people that were there. And so I was there, I was leaving, and this one older gentleman, he looked at me, he just said, "Hey, you good at math?" And I thought to myself, I was like, I could use a calculator. I was like, I can use a calculator. And he was like, "You should go be a loan officer." And I was like, "It's so crazy you say that." I said, "I just found out about this commercial thing and I think it's so cool. And you don't even have to have a license and so on and so forth." He said, No. Go be legit. Go get your license because there's not enough Black female loan officers. And I said, okay. And so I went and I did it. And I went and I took the test, which was crazy. But yes, I went and I did it.
So how long did it take you to get your license?
I think probably about 3 months.
But
it's not. And it's really just the studying. And I joined a group. So it's like you have to take your 20 hours of pre-licensing and you can choose who you kind of want to go, which company you want to use to do that. Then you can decide how you want to study. There's other companies too that have multiple companies of how you want to study. And then you have to go take your exam, the NMLS safe exam. It's a tongue twister, but you go and you take that test. So you pay for that test, but a lot of people do not pass on the first time. And I don't know, I will give the fair warning that it's like, if you were to go do it, sometimes it could be, some people aren't good test takers and some people might be nervous and different things like that. But I didn't think it was that bad. But I think that they were just getting in my head and they were making me nervous, like the little group that I was in. And they're like, they made me feel like I may not have been ready, but I was like, I know who I am. Let me go take this test. Yeah. And I passed on the first time. So
wow.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, I was really excited. I think you only need like a 70 or something like that, like a C or whatever it may be. I think I passed with like a 90. I remember when I was in there and it's very, this is the national exam. So, you're like in little cubicles. They scan you down, they wand you down and everything to make sure you're not like sneaking in answers. When I passed that test, I just cried. I just was sitting in my little cubicle and I cried. But then there was the lady on the outside. When I walked out, she was like, I was a little nervous. She was like, I thought maybe we was going to have to call the police. I said, no, I was fine. I was just so excited and so glad because I was studying like 8 hours a day for like weeks.
Wait a minute. What's she going to call the police for?
I don't know, because if you've been studying and the hours that you put in, the time, the money, the effort, and for you to fail, I could understand somebody might flip their lid a little bit.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was you crying of happiness.
No, she didn't understand that I was crying of happiness. And that's what it was. And so I was like,
okay, that makes sense.
I was like, no, I was okay. I was just so glad because if you fail, you have to wait, I think, a certain period. I think you have to wait like another 60 days or something before you could take it again. You still have to pay again. You have to.
That's kind of like the real estate license. It's just like the real estate license. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Exactly.
And then I decided after all this, I have a book this thick, and my dad died right before the exam, so I never went back to it. But I did all its studying and everything, and same thing like you said. We could. I guess would be certified in a couple of states, but not all.
Okay.
And so that was what I was going to do because I was already doing real estate. I was doing commercial real estate. We didn't have to have a license, but I wanted to be legit and have my license.
Right.
But girl, after it was all said and done, I decided I don't even like real estate. Why am I doing this? I've been to school all these years and back to school to keep studying. I like graphics.
Okay.
I like AI. So I started investing my money and learning the AI program.
Yeah.
And I started when it was in the beta form. So, to each his own, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you are such a breath of fresh air because you like it. This is something you like doing. And that wouldn't have been something I liked doing. Trying to get into that stuff. And
I completely understand what you're saying with the graphics. I actually also just started the website it's a call center, a virtual call center. So Sapphire voice solutions. So sapphirevoicesolutions.com. But I had to make the website and I had to do it myself because I was like, I'm not going to pay somebody to do it. So I did it myself.
See, that's why I'm broke. Shit. Yeah. I don't pay. I'm just kidding.
So I was like, I got to figure this out. And so I did it and I put it together because I was like, I want to help the people right now who are like, the food stamps is gone or they don't want, I hate a 9-to-5. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. I can't stand it. So the people who are trying to figure out a way to not have to do the 9-to-5, but I was sitting there and I was like, well, let me put this together. And I was like, I like this. I don't.
It's fun.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Therapeutic. Like, I mean, it really is.
It was very, is it like what they call it? A flow state. I found myself getting into this state where I was like, oh, I just want to finish it. I'm so excited to finish it and see what it looks like once it's done and once it's, so yes, I did, and I've done some logos, and I'm like, oh my God, I did that.
You've seen all the things I've accomplished with doing the AI and all these things, and to want to help people not be afraid of it. That was why I was doing the classes. I was doing the classes for free because I don't want people to feel like, oh, the train's passed me by. No, you can get on the train. Just get your ticket, come on in here, it's free,
right?
And just learn how to do it, because once you get the basics, then you can pretty much follow through on the rest. And like you said, hey, it's fun.
Yeah,
I love it. I absolutely love it. I would not change it to save my life. I mean, really, really, I love doing graphics and figuring out, coming up with a design. And my new thing is I'm writing again. Well, I've been writing, haven't stopped writing, but I'm writing music now.
Okay.
So actual lyrics for songs and using AI to help me.
Okay.
And it has been so much fun. So much fun. And it's kind of like if you're a writer and you write all these things, you got pages and pages. Look, I just now kill trees, but I mean, but you have pages and pages and pages of things that you put to side, or poetry that you put to the side, or stories that you didn't finish. With AI,
it'll finish it for you.
Not really finish it for you, but it'll help you get on your way.
Okay.
Because you wanted to keep it yours, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I am about my writing. I'm real particular about my writing. Don't try to change my stuff. AI. Right. I want it this way. That's fair. Now, when I was working, I did ask AI a lot the best way to word. So I would write my letter, because sometimes it might come off in a certain tone, right? So if I'm mad at you and you did something wrong, I want to put you in check, but then I don't want my letter to sound too harsh, right? Yeah. So I would, type in my letter, give it to AI, and ask, give this a more of a modern tone, a medium tone, or or happy tone, or something, because people can't really read your face through writing. Yeah, right. They can't text. Sometimes people text all caps. What's wrong? What did I do? I didn't mean it. I mean, I was excited about whatever I'm talking about. Right. So that's one way of using the AI tools, and that's how I started off, learning the correct way to use it and to write. And then, of course, the classes I was taking, girl, they had me spending so much money going from this app to this app to this app to this app to this app. At some point, if you don't have the money, I just say just use all the free apps you can. Right. Don't invest, because I know I've spent probably $2,000 or $3,000. Just to get where I am. But I got my little certificate. Okay. I'm a certified influencer. There you go. You have something to show for it. But see, that would have been the same money I would have used for that real estate class. Okay. Yeah, there you go. You see, and you found something that you like. Exactly. And it helps with my graphics. See, absolutely love it. So tell people what the fun stuff you do, because you travel too. So let's talk about the traveling. I know that people have been to so many more countries, but I used to live in Saudi Arabia. So I had. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine living in Saudi Arabia? First of all, how is the temperature there? I always think hot. Say Saudi, I'd be like, oh my gosh. You hear me? It is the desert. It have a hot flash in a hot state. A country. Oh my goodness. I can only imagine, and I moved there like August, which is probably the hottest time of the year. It is hot. Oh. So we talking like 120 degrees. And that's normal. And it was just like, I had friends from South Africa that got there.
and met them all there because it was a group of teachers from all over the place. We were trying to go find our apartments because they had us put up in a hotel when we first moved there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're walking, and I love the heat. That's the thing. Like, I loved it. And we're walking, and they're like, it's hot. I'm thinking to myself, and I understand. I was like, ain't y'all from Africa?
I'm used to the heat.
But I was like, no, they from South Africa. So I was like, okay. But yeah, so they was like, and our principal at the time, she came and picked us up. You guys cannot be walking around outside. It's hot. You could get a heat stroke. You guys can't do that.
No.
I was fine. I felt like it was wonderful. It was a nice little walk. It was nice. It was short. It was great.
Well, what are the living conditions there?
It could be, I guess you could say, just like here, there's levels to anything. There's good living conditions, bad living conditions, so to speak. I learned so much traveling over there. I loved it. I felt before I moved there, my friend told me, she's like, it's going to make you very bougie. It's going to spoil you. I promise you. And sure enough, I get there and I come back to the US and I'm like, oh my God, I have to bag my groceries. I have to walk them to my car myself too. Like, what? It's like,
really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, I would have never thought that.
There was a freedom that I had there, and Saudi, please don't judge me, but I was also like, I would be like, you could, not just to say as a woman you could do whatever you want, but it was more of like you got leeway. You kind of got some I don't know if it would just call it forgiveness or just kind of like, but I could park in between the lines if I wanted to, run into the grocery store and come back out, and nobody would say anything.
Why is it?
I think it's just nobody really bothers anybody. They still have what do you call? I don't know if it's called the corporal punishment. They will still chop you up for doing the bad things, right? Like executions and stuff. Yes.
Wow.
So nobody's touching your stuff. Nobody's bothering your stuff. Like, why? I'm not risking my hand or my head for nobody.
But what if you get falsely accused or something?
I don't know. I think it's just, I'm not saying it would never happen. It's just, it wasn't the culture. It's like you realize that certain things are a culture of a thing or the way something may go. And I've been to a couple of, it is a Muslim country, but I learned that certain things were Saudi culture, not Islamic religion. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think some people think, because they know Mecca is over there and it's supposed to be the most holy place and all that. But at the same time, I went to Morocco and I've been to Bahrain. I've been to Qatar, and it's like different. It's not the same as like Saudi. So it is like still a cultural thing, even where you go. Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, I want to learn a little bit more about the different cultures and how you fit in other places that you've been. And I think it's just crazy. It's amazing. I mean, I'm living through you.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we'll be right back after these messages. Okay, if you just tuned in, you haven't tuned in too late. You tune into the Cammy Grayson Show, and I have my good friend Chavaughn here with me. And guys, I have new Christmas music, and the lyrics are available to buy. You can purchase the lyrics, but we're going to do a whole full album of music for Christmas, for holiday. And so this is one of them. It's called A Cammy's Kind.
Check out these new holiday songs. It's a Cammy's kind of Christmas all day long.
All right, so when y'all see that song on social media, please request one of the songs. Please request one of the songs. I'll be happy to send it to you so you can listen to it. But we got the lyrics by Cammy Grayson. We got the music and the Beats by Bro with SKST Radio and Street Grind Entertainment. Beats by Bro got it going on.
Okay.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So Chavaughn, okay, so let's get back to it, girl.
Okay.
Okay, so now we are like way in a different country now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what gets you in these countries? How does that work?
Ooh, there's different ways, especially now. When I moved to Saudi, at the time they were allowing, they were just kind of starting their tourist visa. I didn't know this before, but you couldn't just pull up to Saudi. Saudi was like, nah, you got to have a reason for being here. What is your purpose? Why are you here?
Oh, wow.
You have a job. Why are you here? If you aren't a born national, why are you here? But now they have opened up to tourism. Some people say the prince is competing with the prince in Dubai, or that he knows the oil gonna run out. Either way. But I was a teacher, and at the time, Saudi didn't. I still don't have a teaching degree, but Saudi didn't care if you had a teaching degree, as long as English was your like first language, or you were proficient enough in English, you could come and be a teacher, and you had a degree, like a basic bachelor's degree. You could come to Saudi and teach, and they threw me to the wolves. I taught I taught biology, science, social studies, English. I taught it all, like, and I taught everything from 3rd grade to 11th grade. But now there's different things like tourist visas, and that's particularly Saudi. But a lot of places you could do stuff like digital nomad visas. So you could become a digital nomad. I think.
Explain that. What's a digital nomad?
So a digital nomad is anybody who does like digital work. Like you would be a perfect digital nomad because you do digital, like the graphics, the AI, things like that. And a lot of these countries just need you to show proof that you have like income coming in from that skill, whatever it may be. So if you have a drop shipping store, or you have whatever it may be, that's some sort of digital online way of making an income. You can go, you can show that, present that, and you have a visa that you can go live in that country, whatever it may be.
Wow.
A lot of places like Bali, Thailand, a lot of those. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, okay. So now you went there and you came back home. Why did you come back home?
So I came back home because my grandmother passed away.
Oh,
so that was actually the main reason why I ended up coming home. When I found out, they were like, oh, it's probably going to be about 48 hours that she might have left. And so I was in Saudi. She was in Canada. The quickest flight I could find was 18 hours away.
Oh, wow.
Right.
And they said 24 hours.
40. Yeah. Well, 48 hours. So I kind of rushed, packed up everything I had. I went over there. I was already planning on going for Thanksgiving. So this was a little bit earlier than Thanksgiving. And this was like 21. And so I got over there. She was a little stubborn, like me. And she didn't pass away right away. She got out the hospital. And then I had an uncle that passed away in South America unexpectedly. So I'm there. I'm kind of working from home as the teacher, working from home. There was that funeral, come back. She passes. Then we have her funeral. So all of that is going on. And the school emailed me and said, if you don't come back at a certain time, then, you lose your opportunity with us, which I found out was illegal of them to do, to just email me like that.
Right.
So I ended up trying to get back. The whole family caught COVID. It was crazy. It was a crazy time. Whole family kind of caught COVID. I had to like sneak into the US. Like, I've had some experiences. Like I'm telling you, just getting to Saudi in itself was a whole thing. But I had to afterwards, I had to sneak into the US. I had to catch a train from, I think, Toronto to Windsor. Then I had to take a taxi over the border into the US to Detroit, then catch a flight to Alabama.
Lord have mercy.
It was an interesting time. So then after that, I tried to get back to Saudi, but they have everything kind of connected with your ID, just like you get a green card in the US. I had an Iqama, which is kind of a citizen or resident card there, but it's connected to my passport and everything. So I get over there. I'm clear of the COVID. I had to take the PCR test, all that. I get over there and I'm trying to go back. I packed one little carry-on bag because even though it was a 13-hour, however long it was, but to get back, by the time I get back, I'm sitting there at the airport and I'm like, okay. And the guy took my passport. He's like, I just need to get your passport. And then I'm standing there at the thing. I'm looking around. Next thing I know, I realized, I said, wait a minute, this man done took my passport. They took my passport and would not let me in the country.
What?
It was an experience, if I say the least. I'm in the middle of still dealing with grieving. I'm still going. And I was just like, what? And I called my principal at the time, and she's like, I was like, they took my passport. She's like, yeah, they're not supposed to do that. I'm like, I know they're not supposed to do that, woman. I know that. Like, I was really upset. I was really upset. But she was of no help. So yeah, she was of no help. And then I just didn't think it through all the way, because I probably could have stood my ground in terms of just saying, like, I need to talk. I tried calling, and who was it, the embassy, they said email somebody. I said, oh my God, these people have my passport. I was in the lounge. I had to, like, I think I stayed like a day or two, and I showered in the lounge and just tried to figure out what to do. I ended up having to go back to Egypt, or through Egypt, because it was Egypt Air that I flew on. So I just kind of counted my loss. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go back. So I get there to Egypt, they escort me back like I was a criminal. They escort me back. It was so funny. The man is like holding my passport. I'm like, can I get my passport? He's like, this means like, hold on. And like if you go to like an Arabic country and they do like this, it means like, just like, wait. And I'm like, wait, all right. And he was just like, and I'm like, oh my God, like Gigiga. It means like, wait. And I'm like, I need my passport. And they got me in the back of the plane. Like, how they really treated me like, so then I get there, I get to Egypt, and they're looking at my passport, and they were like, either you can stay in the airport, or you can just pay like $25 and go into the country. And they're like, you can do whatever you want to do. You pay the visa, you can do whatever you decide you want to do. So I decided I'll enter into the country so I could go sleep at a regular hotel and stuff like that, because I was still going to have to take the PCR test or another test to then still fly to the US. So I was like, I might as well just stay, because they were like, if you stay at the airport, security is going to have to escort you. I was like, look, I'll pay the 25. I go to pay it. There's another issue. They're like, well, your passport looks fake.
Lord have mercy.
I wanted to be like, you don't see all the countries. Not only do you not see the stamps that are already there, Egypt is in there too. I've been to Egypt before this incident. So I was like, what is happening? So yeah, but eventually it got sorted out. They let me into the country. I took the test and everything I needed to do, and ended up getting back home. But yeah, I just haven't been back since. I had lost all my stuff. Everything got lost because I had a car over there. I wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I was not coming back to the US. I had a full-on plan. I was like, I'm gonna be in this region for 5 years before I decide to go to another one. Because from Saudi, you could drive to Dubai, you could drive to Qatar, Oman, Bahrain. So there was lots of options. There was, the countries that are around in that whole, GCC area, you can just drive to. So I was going to pack up my car. If I chose another country, stay there. I had zero plans on leaving, but yeah, at least I had a friend that they were able to help me sell my car, stuff like that.
That's good.
So, but everything else, it was all lost, but it's okay. It's all right.
So what's your next big adventure? I'm
thinking about Thailand.
Okay.
I am. I'm thinking about Thailand, that same digital nomad visa. So I'm thinking about doing that. That's something that, that's on my mind.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, guys, so if you guys have need any advice from Chavaughn, tell people how to get in touch with you.
Okay, so you can find me at Simply Chavaughn. So, and Chavaughn is you have it on here, CHAVAUGHN.
Oh.
Simply Chavaughn. Yeah, I was about to say, is it?
Cover your whole name.
Right, there it is. It's right there, right. But it's at Simply Chavaughn. If you're looking for a position, you have the SapphireVoiceSolutions.com. You can reach out, or info@SapphireVoiceSolutions. So yeah.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Gosh, Chavaughn, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank
I
you.
had so much fun. I just feel like I'm Rich. I can only imagine all the stuff that she's been through.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like I've been there. I'm tired now. We've been to all these.
Look, stories for days. Stories for days. I love it. I love traveling. I love it.
So the reason why I'm here in this state, because I love traveling, but I'm not ready to travel from country to country like this girl is, man. I mean, she got me big time. I just lived through her. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, you got to do it. You got to get your feet wet.
No, that can't be taking my visa and
look. You just gotta have the strength to do it.
Then you back your passport, but it ain't real. No, you will not be keeping me out there.
It's not so bad. They got good food,
Next time y'all see me, I'll be wrapped up like a mummy. It killed me. Oh my much, Chavaughn. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank
Guys,
you.
I
Thank
had
you.
so much fun today. This is just amazing. Okay, so the spirit of giving, find a family that you can help. Find a family that you can do something nice for. I can tell you that we were able, for SKST and all of our podcasters, we were able to feed 3 families this year. And so that's something new for us. And I am so, so grateful for the SKST family. I mean, because those, with everything, like we said before, everything that's going on, people are struggling, wondering how they're going to feed the kids for the holidays and things like that. So if it wasn't for the SKST family, we were able to help. And I'm so grateful. I love the people that work with us. I really do. I mean, they are just, they do things,
Yeah.
They got all these different events. I know Miss Moon, the Moon Group, they have like a casino thing getting ready to happen. I mean, they got out so many things. You guys, I forward that stuff to my page. I can't keep up with it all because everybody's doing something cool, and then of course we're trying to do something cool, like bring Chavaughn on the show. So I can't really tell you everything that's going on, but I know we have one guy that does comedy night. We have movies, people that's in our platforms is doing movies and things like that. We got the new girls from Plushville. They always got something going on, baby. And so, SKST is really rocking and rolling, and we're looking for new voices. We're looking for new people to come on and do their own podcast, just like this one, with over 40,000 followers. And so, give to yourself and give to others. That's the main thing, right? If this is something you've been wanting to do, give to yourself. Come check us out. What do you think?
Absolutely. For sure. Absolutely. Oh yeah, I love
this girl. Okay, until next week, right here, SKST Radio. And Chavaughn, tell them how to get in touch with you again.
Yes, at Simply Chavaughn. So that's Instagram, TikTok, Simply Chavaughn. That's CHAVAUGHN, or info at Sapphire Voice Solutions.
Until next time, bye for now.
Tune in, it's time for Comedy G. Bringing stars and stories, it's where you wanna be. From celebs to entrepreneurs, she's got the scoop. Community and entertainment, she's in the loop. Every smile a burst of